Heat waves for sinners. Indeed. Moving on. I got this from Nick Humphrey's page. Denver, this very strange weather is going to be happening in the Midwest. Denver will go from 100 degrees to snow in 1 week. And Nick posted something for the temperature highs for Nebraska was going to go from 100 to 50 in the space of 2 days. So can anybody say polar vortex or weather whiplash or weak jet stream? This is wild. It's Friday. There's a lot to discuss. Beginning as we begin Labor Day weekend, the weather pattern is going through a major change. It will feel like fall next week. After it feels like summer this holiday weekend, we will have our first fall cold front sometime on Tuesday, and at the same time, Denver, Colorado will have a rather extreme change from nearly 100 degrees to snow within 2 days. So this is the front here. This is what it's going to look like on Tuesday. Crazy weather going on. Let's see if this is working now. Yay, it's working. Moving on to more weather extreme. Super Typhoon Haishen expected to make historic landfall in South Korea. The country has not previously been hit by 3 typhoons in a single year. Good Lord, according to records dating back to 1945. So a new record for typhoon activity in the area. Super Typhoon Haishen bombed into a mighty Category 4 storm with 155 mile per hour winds on Thursday, becoming Earth's third strongest storm of 2020. Haishen is expected to hit South Korea on Sunday, making the third landfalling typhoon in Korea, including both North Korea and South Korea, in a 2-week period. 3 typhoons in 2 weeks. That is insane. On August 27, Typhoon Bavi made landfall over North Pyongyang province, North Korea, as a minimal Category 1 typhoon with 75 mile per hour winds. On September 2nd, Typhoon Maisak made landfall as a Category 2 with 100 mile per hour winds just east of Busan, South Korea's second largest city and world's 5th largest port. Haishen put on an impressive display of rapid intensification on Thursday, strengthening in 24 hours from a low-end Category 3 storm with 115 mile per hour winds to 155 mile per hour super typhoon with a central pressure of 915 millibars by 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Friday. Only 2 storms so far in 2020 have been stronger than Haishen. Category 5 Tropical Cyclone Harold in the southeast Pacific, which peaked at 165 mile per hour winds. Wow. And on April 6th, Category 5 Tropical Cyclone Amphan, which peaked with 160 mile per hour winds and pressure of 907 millibars on May 18th in the North Indian Ocean. Look at that. Monstrous. So predicting some heavy rainfall, an unprecedented battering for Korea. According to NOAA's historical hurricanes database, Korea between 1945 and 2019 has not been hit by 3 typhoons in 1 year. So Typhoon Haishen's landfall will be historic. Typhoon Maisak is being blamed for 2 deaths in South Korea and 3 in Russia. In addition, 41 crew members of a livestock ship are missing after their ship sank in the typhoon. There you go. There's 4 other areas to be watched in the Atlantic here. or 5. Anyways, more and more and more extreme weather happening in the Far East. Salt Laker says that map looks more like a Typhoon. Indeed. What is... CB Unglesby says, Kevin, that ship had 58,000 cows on it too. Wow. That is a lot of cows. Let's move on. Here is some ice extent update. We are above 2012. We're nearing the end of the melt season, so it's looking rather unlikely that we're going to have a blue ocean event this year, of course, unless, you know, something wild happens. Who knows? I would say with the extreme cold that's going to be coming down from the Arctic, right? So I'm assuming that's because warmer air is going to be in the Arctic. So I don't know what that means for the rest of the melt season or the melting going on this week. But here we are, second lowest extent on record so far. This will probably be the second lowest extent this year. This year will be the second lowest extent on record. Just above 2012. Going south says 33% likely blue ocean event. Let's move on. I'm not going to have enough time to cover the things that I wanted to cover today, unfortunately. Too much. But tomorrow I'm really going to try and get to the things I've been trying to cover for actually several days. Anyways, this is a tweet from 7 Blue Rabbits. Extinction Rebellion blocks delivery of UK newspaper, or newspapers, plural. The climate activist group has erected blockades at printing presses in England and Scotland owned by Rupert Murdoch's News Corp. Wow. Wow. Not that, you know, a lot of people are reading actual physical newspapers anymore, but I don't know. Maybe in England they still do. The sites print the Sun, Scottish Sun, the Times, Daily Mail, Daily Telegraph, and Financial Times. Extinction Rebellion says the blockade is intended to highlight the paper's failure to cover the climate crisis and Murdoch's influence in the British press. Murdoch being, one of the super evil, one of the the super evil Avengers, right? Going South says XR's money rebellion starting this October. Yes, I saw a video from Gail Bradbrook about that. So everybody check into XR's money rebellion. They're going to be conducting some kind of financial resistance, again, in order to raise awareness around climate change and also to try to start putting into place some things that will lessen the economy's effect on the planet. What else do we have here? Good tweet from Peter Kalmus. This is greenwash from Exxon. So there's an article here. He's responding to this article that says biodiesel may offer a solution to a cleaner fuel source for heavy-duty vehicles that carry essential goods across the nation. Really, biodiesel. Okay. And ExxonMobil scientists are assessing the opportunities of biofuels as an alternative power to the fuel. Haven't we known for years now that biofuels are not okay? I think if people don't understand, this is from August 18th, 2020. ExxonMobil teams imagine, research new solutions for tomorrow's energy challenges. Okay. We've been focused on algae biofuels for many years, so we're sort of joining forces to help each other. So they're talking about algal biofuels. Okay. I'm not really going to go too in depth with this. The carbon footprint of these products is lower than products that were made from fossil fuel-based feedstocks. For example, instead of using gasoline that is made from crude oil, we can use biofuels, and their carbon footprint could be at least 60% lower than gasoline. All right. Well, there still is a carbon footprint. 40% is pretty big still. The main objective is to advance these technologies to a stage where we can competitively produce these bio-based products in order to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Okay. Well, Peter Kalmus's response to this is greenwash from Exxon. As someone who ran an old car on homemade biodiesel for years and who has researched and written about it, I can say definitively that biodiesel is not a solution. There isn't nearly enough. B, worsens habitat loss. And C, energy return, or EROEI, is far too low. So yes, again, the tech fixes are on. The tech fixes are in full effect. This kind of greenwashing is also popular in aviation. KLM, so-called most sustainable airline, according to the Dow Jones Sustainability Index, got busted this year for misleading advertising. They're operating at I don't know what this is, 0.18% biofuel after years and years of greenwashing. Thanks to this program, we're the first airline in the world to fly daily on sustainable aviation fuel. And they are not, of course. Hey guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and you can support the channel at the links below, PayPal, Patreon, Square. Also, if you'd like to watch the live streams, you can watch the live streams on my Patreon channel. You can subscribe for as little as $1. So hopefully I will see you over there, and thanks so much.